Hello again, CASA friends. You know what? People are always asking me all about alliteration. So I thought I would make a video lesson for you today about alliteration. Have you heard that word? Try and say it now, alliteration. That's good. It's a long word. Let's count how many syllables there are in alliteration. Alliteration. You've got it. 5. So, what is alliteration? Well, alliteration happens when groups of words or words and sentences begin with the same sound, either all of them or most of them. So I've made 10 alliterative sentences for you today, or sentences that have alliteration, and I would like to read them for you, and you can listen and see if your ears can hear or pick out the beginning sounds that most of the words in the sentences have in common, making them alliterative or have alliteration. Let's begin. Dominic the Daredevil dives down deep into the dark depths. Did your ears hear a sound that most of the words in that sentence had in common at the beginning? Let's see the sentence. If you said duh, you are correct, because most of the words in this sentence start with duh, making it alliterative or creating alliteration. So for example, this sentence has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 words. And of those 10 words, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them start with the sound duh, or the letter D, creating alliteration. Let's read the next one. Shrubabi the shepherd shouts at her sheep. Shrubabi, is that any way to treat your sheep? Okay, so did your ears hear the sound that most of the words in that sentence have in common at the beginning? Let's have a look. That's right again. Most of the words in this sentence start with the sound sh, created by the phonogram S and H coming together to make the new sound sh. So, Shrubabi, shepherd, shouts, and sheep all start with sh, creating alliteration. Livy loves lemon lollipops and leprechauns. Don't we all, Livy? So, did your ears hear the alliteration in that sentence? And did your ears hear the sound at the beginning of the words creating the alliteration? If you said ool, you're correct. Livy loves lemon lollipops and leprechauns all start with ool. Sophia and Stefano sew smelly socks on Sundays. Poor Sophia and Stefano. What's the sound that most of the words in this sentence start with, creating alliteration? That's right. S. Look at all those s in one sentence. That's a lot. Marley makes mango muffins for 1,000,000 mischievous monkeys. Marley. Sounds good. What sound did most of the words in this sentence begin with, creating alliteration? Did you say Then you'd be right again. Alice and Alexi ate apples and asparagus as an appetizer. Very healthy choices, Alice and Alexi. Let's see, what sound do most of these words begin with in this sentence, creating alliteration? Did you say ah? Then you're correct again. There they all are in red. Phoebe feeds 4 flamingos with fabulous feathers. Did you hear the alliteration? Did you hear the sound? Yep, most of the words in this sentence start with the sound f. Now you might notice that Phoebe's name actually starts with a P and an H, or a P and a H. But when P and H are next to each other, they make the sound f too. So this is still part of the alliteration, because alliteration is caused by the sounds that your ears hear, not the letters that you see on the page. Timmy took 10 tiny turtles to town on Tuesday. Timmy. Okay, so that was a pretty easy one. I heard a lot of t's in that sentence, and there they are, all are in red, showing why the sentence is alliterative. Arshia has an aardvark named Arnold. So, what sound do most of these words begin with? Or what sounds? R, that's right. And making the R sound in this sentence are different letter combinations. There's AR to make R in Arnold, but did you know that aardvark starts with 2 A's and an R to make the R sound? Spelled differently, but nonetheless, these words create alliteration because the beginning sounds are the same. It's about what you hear, not what you see. Rowan has rows of red roses. Okay, last sentence. So by now, you're alliteration experts, right? That was probably pretty easy to pick out the fact that most of the words in this sentence begin with. That's right. So now, I want to tell you about tongue twisters. Have you ever heard about tongue twisters? Tongue twisters are phrases or sentences or paragraphs or groups of words that are very tricky to say out loud, and your tongue tends to get twisted when you say them. Now, most tongue twisters are tricky to say because they have alliteration, or they're alliterative. That means most of the words in the group or the sentence or the paragraph or the phrase all start with the same sound. Most or all of the words start with the same sound. And when you are trying to say things that are alliterative, it tricks your tongue and tricks your brain and often makes your mouth mess up. So that's why tongue twisters are challenging and tricky. But they're also pretty fun and funny. So shall we try some tongue twisters with alliteration? Let's do it. Here's the first one. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers that Peter Piper picked? Whew, that was a challenge and a mouthful. That was tricky to say because most of these words start with P. But I think I did a pretty good job. But this is a pretty old one. I've been saying it for most of my life, so I've had a lot of experience with this tongue twister. Practice of Peter Piper. Okay, here's another tongue twister. It doesn't have many words, but they all start with the same letter, and the alliteration is going to make it tricky. For this kind of tongue twister, you see how many times you can say the words in a row without your mouth messing up. So I'll go first. The tongue twister is black bug's blood, blue bug's blood. Here I go. Black bug's blood, blue bug's blood. Black bug's blood, blue bug's blood. Black bug's blood, blue bug's blood. Blah. Whoop. Tricky. My tongue got twisted because of the alliteration. Now you try to say black bug's blood, black bug's blood, blue bug's blood. See how many times you can say it in a row without making a mistake. Go. Not bad. Here's the next tongue twister. Friendly fleas and fireflies, friendly fleas and fireflies, friendly fleas and fireflies, friendly fleas and fireflies, What's a firefly? Jeez. Okay, your turn. Friendly fleas and fireflies. Go. Pretty good again. Ooh. This one starts with so many buzz, there's so much alliteration, and it's so long, I'm nervous even to try it, but I'm gonna give it a try. All right. Betty bought butter, but the butter was bitter, so Betty bought better butter to make the bitter butter better. Woo! Broke a sweat. Betty bought butter, but the butter was bitter, so Betty bought better butter to make the bitter butter better. Well done, Betty, you fixed your butter problem. Very tricky, because this is very alliterative with most of the words starting with the letter or the sound B. You got it. Well, this one only has 2 words. Surely it's very easy. All you have to repeat in this tongue twister is baboon bamboo. I'll go first. Baboon bamboo, baboon bamboo, baboon bamboo, baboon bamboo, bam. Not the greatest tongue twister performance. Your turn. Baboon bamboo. Go. Not too shabby. Purple paper people, purple paper people, purple paper people, purple paper people, purple paper people. I'm getting better, I'm improving with practice. You try purple paper people, go. Well done. And for my last one, a noise, an oyster, but a noisy noise, an oyster more. A noise, an oyster, but a noisy noise, an oyster more. This one's a tricky tongue twister because not only does it have alliteration, it also has rhyme. So that's a funny one too. Oh, look at this little oyster. He's angry, he's annoyed by the noise, and he's saying, "Be quiet!" Cranky oyster. So I've attached some worksheets on alliteration to this video that you can look at. I also attached a bunch of different tongue twisters, the ones that you've seen here and also some other ones, so you could read those off the computer screen and practice them with your family, or you could even print them off if you can and make your own book of tongue twisters. Now, I have a bonus question that's worth like 138 points. So, today we learned that alliteration happens when words in the same sentence or group of words begin with the same sound. That's alliteration. Before the break, you had a video lesson about words that end in the same sound, such as pickle and tickle, or cat and hat. Do you remember what it's called when words end in the same sound? You've got it, rhyme. So, if words that begin with the same sound make alliteration, and words that end in the same sound make rhyme, what can we say about rhyme and alliteration? What can we say about rhyme and alliteration? That's right, they're opposites of each other. And what do you call a pair of words that are the exact opposite of each other? Remember your other video lesson? What do you think, Auntie Nim? What do you call them? Just whisper it. That's right. Words that are opposites are called antonyms. So, rhyme and alliteration are an example of antonyms. Auntie Nim loves antonyms. So, did you guess antonyms? Did you say antonyms? Okay, fantastic. All right, thanks for stopping by for my lesson on alliteration. We'll see you all again very soon. Bye, CASA friends.